here. She's actually number 33.
Is being recorded.
33 in the world. Ricia Adair, number 33 in the world. And I
38,
even looked at
Layla.
the
38.
post this morning. Okay, I can't read. 38. Well, my favorite number is 33. We'll just bump you up by the end of the night.
I'm happy to be
19,
38.
yay. Yeah. Number 19 in North America and our very own number 5 in Canada. So if you're a guest this evening, stay tuned for some pretty exciting information coming your way. And it's always great to be on these calls each week as we have different testimonies each week. So we're looking forward to hearing a few more testimonies tonight. And with that, I'll turn it over to our superstar, Ricia, who I'll get to spend Christmas with. Get more training. Yay.
Hey, Layla. All right. Welcome, everybody. We've got a full house. Welcome. Welcome. We've got the USA and we've got Canada on the lines. So we're going to share with you something pretty dynamic. First, let's get onto the slides, get this party underway. Layla, can you see my slides?
Yeah, we just need full screen. There you go.
We're good to go. All right, good. Yeah. So hello, everybody. My name is Ricia Adair, and I am just so happy to meet with you tonight. I am in beautiful Manzanillo, Mexico. Tonight, I want to share with you a company that seriously changed my life and the lives of so many new friends that I made over the last 19 months. PartnerCo's mission is to power health and prosperity around the world. Our owners live so very true to this mission statement, and I want to share a little bit more about them as we go forward into the presentation. First, I want to introduce you to our beautiful mini boutique resort. It's called Casa 700 Mangoes in Manzanillo, Mexico. It is indeed our dream home. Here we are living the dream. Layla actually helped us move in 2 years ago. We're celebrating our third party coming up on Saturday, but it's only 2 years since we've been in the house. So we're really happy to be here. But you know, when we first moved in, the house was unattended for well over 5 months. And I am learning so fast about having a house in the tropics, all the incredible things that can happen. And I know things can happen to a house anywhere, but it just seems to happen that much faster in the tropics. So our little nest egg of $50,000 got swooped up so fast in our first 6 weeks as we had the tradesmen come and go getting ready for our upcoming season. It was incredible, all the damage that was done when the house was unattended. So I got a little anxious about things because we went to having a little bit of something to completely being broke. So I resorted in comfort food and I got to eating a lot of desserts, ice cream. Anybody can relate. Put me in the chat line if you can relate to that, to resorting to that comfort food, right? And I don't know why they call it comfort food, really, because you feel really bad after you've eaten it, so you don't feel comfortable at all. But no matter how many times I walked that beach and climbed the stairs and walked up the hill, I still felt myself really, really overweight. And no matter what I did, I got into a serious state of depression. I was so anxious that we found out our lawyer had stolen $23,000 of closing costs from us. So that put us in the hole when we're not supposed to be in the hole. I ended up with shingles and UTI infections, dog bite infections. And Mike was saying, you better go see Dr. Tom because this is kind of getting under control here. We're going on to 4 or 5 months of this nonsense. So Tom came over. Yes, they do house calls in Mexico. And he reviewed my situation. In 2 days, he called me back and he says, Ricia, you have a serious case of FFB. Now we have Karen on the line with us. Karen is a former RN. Karen, can you tell the people what FFB is?
Is it fat and broke?
That frumpy and broke. That's
there. I forgot the frumpy.
That was in your medical book, wasn't it?
Not in mine, but that's hilarious.
So then that magic day came, April 17th, 2024, that changed my life. Joni and Chris Budd, Canadian friends of mine who lived in Costa Rica, they gave me that call. I think Joni saw a fat picture of me on Facebook and she says, Ricia, you need to know about these drops. And my first voice said, I need the drops. Second voice said, you don't have the money for these drops. And the third voice said, girl, just find the money from somewhere. So I found the money for 2 boxes of drops. We have Mexico City, which is our base in Latino America. My shipment came in 2 days. I got all excited. So Mike took my picture of me holding the box and the drops, and I posted on Facebook. And look, bottom right, 59 comments. Can you believe it? I'm holding a box and a couple of bottles, 59 comments. 20 of which became new customers for me, and 6 people said, whatever you got, I want to join this team because I can see these drops about to take off and be there for the masses. So now I made some goals. I had never been in my 25 years in the industry, I'd never had a product that people came out of the woodwork and said, I want your product, I want to buy it, or I want to join your team. So I set my first goal to be $10,000 for July, or rather for September 1st. And I actually accomplished it by July 1st in a very, very short period of time. So now I made some serious goals. You know, it's hard to have a resort if you don't have a fridge in your units, right? So we were able to buy 3 new fridges, which celebrate. I love my husband. I dearly love my dog, but I love my new fridge. Every day, I love my fridge. I love my beautiful Sarah, who's my housekeeper. We got the house painted, all of these gorgeous Mexican colors. We even bought new eco-efficient air conditioner systems in all the villas. All of these 1-year goals happened in the magic month of November, 7 months after I started with this business. And, you know, when I started, I just wanted the drops, and Joni said, post on Facebook. So that's all I did. I didn't even know. I thought I was retired. But you know what I found out? Retirement is an income. It's not an age. So if you're broke, you're not retired, right? We bought Mike a new motorcycle. We were able to rebuild our pergola. We accomplished that was a 2-year goal. We were able to accomplish it again in the month of November. And then we had a serious fail in our swimming pool on December 24th, which continued with 6 more earthquakes, causing massive fail. And we were able to bring in the crews to expedite the repair and reopen the pool on January 14th. So I want to say this, Partner Co saved our hotel business for us. There's no way on the pension income that Mike and I have that we would have been able to get this building in order, fix the pool, the pergola, all of those very, very expensive repairs. We could have never, ever done it. And it would have shut down that part of our lives. And we would have had to somehow refund money to everybody. Like, where does that come from, right? So I'm just saying to impress upon you that in a very short period of time, my life drastically changed from fat, frumpy, and broke to not that way anymore. Then I got the email to say, Ricia, you've earned the trip to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. The company absolutely paid for everything. 5-star diamond resort vacation. So much fun. There was 178 people there, and I believe half of us were brand new in the business in our first 12 months. And they were all pinching ourselves. But and you know, the other thing, all of us looked a lot younger than our years. Everyone is aging backwards. It's got to be these amazing products. So here is my 90-day story, my before and after. I went from size 18 to size 8. So excited about how my life has changed. And I look at that person on the left, and I honestly don't remember being that big. Who's that fat lady, and how'd she get inside my computer anyway, right? But what I'm about to share with you are some amazing products that can absolutely transform your life, that will help you feel younger, age backwards, have so much more energy. It's a very, very exciting place to be. And for those of you who are interested in making a little extra Christmas money or beach money, say I in the chat box, please. Yes, I owe it to these guys, Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth, 2 amazing gentlemen who came together. There was 5 companies that had some stellar products for the last few decades, and they were purchased by a corporation. Some decisions were made incorrectly, which caused the 5 companies to fail. Darren and John jumped in and saved them, John being closely connected because one of the companies is where he built his network marketing legacy. Darren Zobrist was a self-made multi-millionaire, I dare say billionaire. And when they 2 came together, they saw an incredible future ahead. In fact, they have a 100-year plan for us. They are excited about the future. We call ourselves Partner Co because we are simply better together. We have partnered up, and everyone works with blurring the borders of sponsorship. We all work together. Let us present ourselves with what's happening right now that our grandparents never experienced. Do you know that 90% of the diseases that we have today did not exist 90 years ago? And 90% of the food that are introduced in our diet today were not existent 90 years ago. There is a systematic poisoning in the foods we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe. We see chemtrails, what we put on our skin. There's a serious problem going on. And add to this the incredible addition of sugar in all of our products. The fact that most of what we eat today is not even food anymore, but food-like products. I mean, why do we need sugar in crackers, right? But it's there, sugar in everything. And this all contributes to hormonal imbalance. So we need healthy hormone function to keep us healthy. And it is proven people who are obese have hormone levels that accumulate, encourage the accumulation of body fat. So when we look at the symptoms of hormonal imbalance, I had no idea before the drops, that my mood swings, my low libido, various headaches, night sweats, food cravings, especially for sugar and carbohydrates, the hot flashes, acne, insomnia, fatigue and tiredness, weight gain. I had no idea that these symptoms were all related to hormonal imbalance. So if you have 1 to 3, especially people who are supporting the call, who are existing droppers, put 3 in the chat. If you have 4 to 7, put 7 in the chat, and 8 to 10, put 10 in the chat. Guests, I'd like you to participate as well. I was a 9 when I started this program. Now I'm a 0. We have well over 100 products. I'm going to share some of my favorites with you. We have an incredible scientific team. Every single one of these people, we have PhDs, we have senior managers, we have doctors that are on stage while the other doctors in the auditorium are taking notes. We have a serious team of scientists that have all come together who test and prove our products, over 215 published clinical studies, over 1,040 annual quality tests. We have Dr. Pina, bottom right, from Mexico City. He's a leading gastrointestinal doctor. He actually created our probiotics product. Dr. Joshua Plant, he's our chief science officer. He's the only one, to my knowledge, that graduated with a PhD in biomedical sciences out of Harvard with honors in 3 years. Wow, imagine that. Dr. Ray Strand, known worldwide for his many books on health and wellness that he's written. We have a wellness council filled with all kinds of doctors and health and wellness professionals. We have an athletic council with Kristen White there. She, along with several other athletes, give advice to the owners as far as making proper decisions towards good performance products. Brett West, the leading foremost advisor in Noni in the world. What got me excited is that I could be in my little office in Manzanillo, and thank goodness I paid the Wi-Fi bill that month. You can do a global business in over 50 countries. So all I had to do was follow that system that Joni said. Post this in Facebook, Ricia. That's all she said. Here's the pictures. Here's the testimonies. Just post it. And that's what I did. And the world opened up for me. You too can start your posting, follow our simple system, and you be open to a global business of over 50 markets. And this is how it works. Imagine that you do a post on Facebook of one of our thousands of testimonials of very satisfied customers, and somebody in Italy comments and says, "Can I get these drops in Italy?" You send them a smart link. They follow the smart link. They make their purchase. The European office fulfills the order. The following Friday, you get paid. It's completely seamless. There are no borders. There are no tax numbers, no international applications. You have at your fingertips a global opportunity here. Let me share with you some of our favorite products. Lucim is definitely one of them. It is the world's only roll-on breathable skincare mask. We're going to hear more from our special guest, as this is where she started with this company long before it became Partner Co. This is an amazing product. It's not only a beauty product, but it was targeted for problem skin, created by a group of dermatologists in 2005. And the results that people are getting with eczema, acne, stretch marks, aging signs, rosacea, surgery scars. I'm not saying that our products heal or cure anything. I'm just saying it's amazing coincidence that we have so many people with so many results from using our products. The Noni is the second product that I purchased. No, actually, sorry, it was the third. It was a third product that I purchased because I heard Dr. Brett West explain all the amazing benefits of this most efficacious fruit in the world. The noni promotes your overall health and wellness. I call it my soldiers, my army of soldiers that completely protects my body. How about having those healthy joints going up and down the stairs, in and out of the truck, in and out of an airplane, right? How about when the flu season comes around and you're completely protected and everybody else seems to be sick, but not you? This is the noni that I take every day to protect me against all those nasty things that are floating out in the air. We have an amazing line of nutritionals. The probiotics is one of the best in the world. It's a slow release capsule with millions of strains of prebiotic, probiotic. Banali, which is the world's, or rather, I'm going to say France and China's bestseller. It was intended to tighten your skin. And as we go through the testimonials, you're going to notice that people don't have saggy skin after they've lost all this weight. It's because of our Banali. Omega Q for your brain, for your heart, Rejuvenix for your energy and your brain, Optimal M for minerals, Optimal V for vitamins. This is for everything, your lungs, your eyes, your bones, your blood, your muscles. Amazing product. And the MOA is the second product that I bought because I was experiencing owies in my fingers and toes. And Reese said to me, you need to get a hold of some of that MOA, Ricia. Mother of all. 36 superfoods of liquid nutrition. It's in a sachet. I love drinking it cold first thing in the morning. Added to the noni. It tastes amazing, absolutely amazing. Many of these ingredients come from rare tropical destinations, and they are all intended to help you have a healthy system and reduce inflammation and pain. This girl had a surgery that had gone south on her. After only a few short days of using the noni, she was able to go back to having some pretty feet. Sugar Stop is one of my favorite products, especially as we're going into the holidays. You're going to want to have the Sugar Stop. And every now and then, we're going to cheat off our low glycemic program. The Sugar Stop is going to block a good percentage of the sugars created by white sugars and sugars created by carbs. It's a powder, tastes like mango. You drink it before you eat these dangerous foods, and it's going to help you stay healthy. Advantage are the benefits and results. If you love Advantage, put yes to Advantage. This is such a great product, and it burns very quickly the stubborn visceral fat, especially around your waist and hips. It's going to increase your metabolism and burn calories 10 times more faster. So you feel like you have a high metabolism. It activates the fat burning cells. It's an amazing product and an absolute must to include in your shopping cart if weight loss is a concern for you. Now, the Pure Nourish is our 18 grams of protein. That is my breakfast. It's a complete meal replacement. It's loaded with probiotic, prebiotic, so much nutrition. Should all the food in the world disappear tomorrow, you have your Pure Nourish and clean water and you'll be well nutrified. I love to throw in the cocoa, which is the power boost in Canada and the US. Also the Giving Greens, it has all the efficacious greens and so on. Mix it all together, throw in some berries. You have the most amazing breakfast. Love it. Our Fountain of Youth in a box is our Renew product, and it's definitely way up there on my list. I sleep like a baby with this product. It has 2 international patents pending. It's the only one of its kind in the world. It's a sachet you mix with water. Most of us drink it before bedtime. Some prefer in the afternoon. It helps combat the natural aging process. So who wants to stay young? Right? We all do. We all want to age backwards. So this product is actually going to teach your body to create its own HGH, human growth hormone, which when you get to my age or after the age of 50, your HGH is on the rapid decline. So having the true benefits of HGH in your body is going to improve your body composition, your bone mineral density, your better quality of life, lean body mass. It lowers the bad cholesterol, helps with your heart health, and that deep REM sleep. So I really encourage you to include Renew in your program as well. You'll love it, especially if you marry it up with the drops. My slides are jumping ahead of me. We got some techno issues over here in Manzanillo too, Layla. Just introduced at our recent PXP convention, the Max 2.0. It's a product that actually helps water taste great. Many of us know that We need to drink our 8 glasses of water. It's an integral part of a weight loss program. It's going to flush the toxins, keep us hydrated, yet we don't do that 8 glasses of water. So how about something that makes your water taste great? It has 3 ingredients, potassium, magnesium, and sodium. It replenishes your electrolytes to restore balance. It supports healthy muscle and nerve function and optimizes your body's hydration. That is in my water bottle all the time. I love it. And now we've got an amazing product, Everglow, also introduced at PXP. Now imagine a collagen product from marine, from safe fishing practices. It does no harm to the environment, but it has no shellfish. And they have actually created this beautiful collagen product that's going to help reduce combat signs of aging and UV damage, rejuvenate your skin, hair, and nails. And it tastes like fresh peaches right off the tree, as my friend Cheryl will say. So how can scientists get fish to taste like peaches is beyond me, but I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite products. Many people now have come from our convention and they've had this product using in their bodies over the last 6 to 8 weeks. And we're starting to see the before and after pictures. And it's amazing what's happening to people's bodies and their faces. Even the wrinkles on their upper arms seem to be diminishing. A sad statistic is Mexico, Canada, and the US are the top 3 in the world for overweight and obesity. Along with that comes the diabetes, different diseases, the stroke, fibromyalgias, all kinds of inflammation, body inflammation, tiredness, fatigue, lack of energy, lack of self-esteem. The list goes on and on. We got addicted to eating these food-like products that contain a lot of sugar, and it's done us a lot of harm over time. We need a tool. We need something that's going to help us get back into eating healthy again. Let me introduce to you the drops. Now, I want to do a brief interlude here. I am in Mexico, so the formula of drops that I use is called Pre-Meal and Night. The formula of drops in the United States is called Slenderise and Accelerate. And the formula of drops in the Europe and Canada is called Day and Night Drops. And the reason we have different formulas is because of different government requirements to get the products licensed in each community. I have had amazing results with my Mexican drops. My American friends have had amazing results with their American drops, and my Canadians have had amazing results with their day and night drops. 3 different formulas, 3 different lists of ingredients, yet all the very same results. With these drops, you will drop twice the amount of weight as diet alone. They are created by doctors, backed by science. They are safe and effective, stimulant, and hormone-free. And this is what you will experience with these drops. How about getting your hormones in balance? Remember all those symptoms that we talked about earlier? Rapid weight loss, and I'm going to add healthy weight loss. It controls your appetite. You get a signal in your brain that says, stop eating now. It stops the sugar cravings. I'm so grateful for that. If you're grateful for not craving the sugar, please put in the chat, I am grateful. Helps with migraines, better sleep, improves your libido, more energy, and of course, better digestion, controls your mood swings, clarity in the memory, improves your immune system, reduces inflammation, and so much more. We have so many testimonials on these weekly calls, and the things that people tell me are simply miracles, and I'm so grateful for that. I want to share with you a little story. 3 months ago, Mike and I went on a holiday to the state of Guerrero, and this was a park called 1,000 Waterfalls. As we climb the trail downriver, you can see the water is rushing. It's rainy season, so it's a pretty fierce body of water. We had walked downstream along the trails, and there was a spot that we could actually cross the river safely. Our guide, Freddie, said, now we're going to walk up the river. We're going to climb several series of waterfalls so we can get to the mother of waterfalls. And I went, you got to be kidding. So you notice that picture on the left up top? You can see the mother way off in the distance. We started climbing up these waterfalls. Wow. Okay. We got to the mother and I was going, this is incredible. This is like too much. This is like one of the most adrenaline rushes I've ever had in my life. There's no way I could have ever had this experience if I was still size 18. I would never have the confidence. for someone to be able to help pull me up over the waterfall. My agility, mobility, it wouldn't have been an option. I would have never had this experience. I would have probably sat in the car while my husband would have done it. I want to celebrate. Today is my 561st day without sugar. And thanks to the drops have helped me say no thanks to the pies and the ice cream, to all that sugar. Not interested anymore. Over 1 million bottles have been sold over the last 14 plus years. We encourage you to adopt our improved food list. You're going to notice the yes cans is the biggest part of this page to the smallest avoid little box in the bottom right. We don't go hungry. Tonight we had the most amazing T-bone steak with some stir-fried vegetables. It was amazing, and that's totally on plan. So our team in Parksville had created this wonderful buffet for one of my visits there during the Super Saturday. Everything on this table is on plan. So we eat very, very well. We don't feel like we're hard done by at all. It's not a fad. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. Exercise 15 to 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, which we know we have to do anyway. Drink your water, throw in your max 2O, and just watch your body start to transform in 28 days. Let's share with you some testimonies now. And again, you'll notice no saggy skin. It's really great. James Leponsi. Yes, man, you have hormones too. 47 pounds in 4 months. The guy on the right looks like the younger brother of the dude on the left, right? Just amazing. Sharon Smith, Port Alberni. Dr. Crystal lost an entire person. Dale Rumming, 60-day transformation. Athletes love our products for better performance as well. Tammy became an athlete. She's now a runner, 58 years old, just a few months on the drops. Julie Park was very, very sick. All kinds of different things happening inside her body. After the drop, she's super, super healthy and strong. Sheila Peltier had radiation and cancer, was losing her joie de vivre after the drops. She lost the weight and got back to being happy again. Wendy Minnie out of Winnipeg, 28 pounds down in such a short period of time. August 22nd to October 9th. That's her transition right there. These drops work. Chris Bailey had Lyme disease, but was having great difficulty trying to get any doctor to give him any kind of help. The drops did. Bo Jersevic, hair is thick and healthy, nails are strong, skin is smoother, overall sense of wellness. Selena Kirby, her A1Cs came way down, her blood pressure normalized. Doctor said, you don't need all these meds, girl. Anne and Chad lost 125 pounds between the two of them, and Chad went off of 12 medications. Leanne Boyd had a lot of things going on, including hair loss. The drops have helped her not only lose a lot of weight, but also regrow her hair and all kinds of other things, including hip and back pain. Jerry Wyndham not only lost 12 pounds, but he no longer suffers from acid reflux and trembles. Sherry Brookbank out of Nanaimo, 40 pounds down. A good part of her fibromyalgia pain was decreased significantly with her change in diet and body. And my friend Colleen experienced this transition in less than 8 months. Wow. It's more than weight loss. It's getting your body back into balance. Gwen had a serious case of toe fungus for over 30 years. In just a few short months, she went back to healthy toes. Penny Toner was very, very sick on the left. 2 months later, was back to the garden. Cheryl Newton, I saw her, that girl on the left in Calgary. And then recently I saw her in Comox, Vancouver Island. And she's a tiny thing on the right. I went, oh my God, Cheryl. It was just so fun to see that quick transition. Barbara McCubbin from Parkton, Maryland. Pat Little, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Everyone, there's so many stories that are going on here. Charlene, she had a bad fall. Her son wanted to take her out of her lakefront home and put her in a home in town, an old folks home. She said, give me 2 weeks with the drops, son. That's all I want. Now she's sending me pictures from her aquafit. 78 years old, loving life again. Ashley no longer suffers from night sweats and hot flashes. Her husband, Reese, kind of challenged her to prove to her this product wasn't working. So he took the drops and he lost 65 pounds. My friend Jane Storch in her 70s, she was a couch potato. She couldn't clasp her hands because of inflammation. Now she says, Ricia, I got to leave your meeting early because I've got to go buy a kayak before he sells it to somebody else. We change people's lives. Cheryl Cook, my dear friend, she lost well over 50 pounds in the space of 4 months. When we were in Dallas together, she kept up with us like she was a 22-year-old. Nancy, autoimmune disorder, was going through all kinds of havoc in her body, including weight gain. After the drop, she was able to normalize and get back to pickleball on a regular basis. Her husband, Wayne, he lost his basketball. The two of them play pickleball like they're 19 years old. James Scott, one of my favorite people, he's over 70 pounds down. He was very unhappy, very depressed, lots of anxiety. Now he's a happy guy, no more Parkinson's tremors. Imagine that early onset of Parkinson at the age of 17, and now he no longer suffers from Parkinson's tremors. And no more leg brace that he had on for well over almost 2 decades, thanks to MOA that helped him out. My husband, Mike Gibson, no more acid reflux, down 30 pounds, no more shakes, no more sugar in his coffee. He wore such a tight shirt over this last weekend for Day of the Dead festivities, and there's no way he could have gotten into that shirt had he been the guy on the left. Let's move it forward to some live testimonials. Let's go to Golden, British Columbia, and hear from Tennille Litzenberger. Tennille, are you with us tonight?
Yes, Ricia, thank you. Hi, everyone.
Okay, let us hear your story. How did you ever hear about the drops, Tennille?
So I knew about these products for many years, and used and loved them. So actually 2 years ago today, I was at work and I received a concussion. I had a history of migraine headaches leading up to that. So it brought back all of those bad reminders of migraines. I had from November 4th to December, in around Christmas time, the beginning of 2024, I gained an extra 25 pounds. So I was sitting just under 200 pounds. My body was full of inflammation. The doctors, of course, were trying to prescribe me things that were causing more inflammation. And I knew exactly what I needed and where to find it. So I acquired the Get Fit with Elite pack, started the detox with the Restorex, which I absolutely love, as well as the probiotic. I will tell you, Dr. Pena's probiotic is absolutely phenomenal. It pushed toxins out on my midsection that I've never seen. And our gut and our brain are connected, so I knew that one was out of balance, the other one was out of balance. So those beautiful shakes, I love them all. Being a product of the products, got busy taking the shakes, as well as Elite. It's been a lifesaver with just the cognitive function and brain fog, that sort of thing. And so in 1 year's time, I released 90 pounds and 53 inches.
I am applauding you, girl. That
Yes.
is so exciting. What a story, though. What a story. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing with me. And I imagine you look so young. You just must be feeling dynamic.
Oh, the energy, like it's like night and day, really. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you know, Tennille, I have been in the industry for 25 years and have had different products, and they all say we're the best, we're the best. But I didn't feel any different with any of them. I just spent my $200-300 a month hoping that the big bad cold wouldn't come along, and it did, right? But isn't it true that we feel these products?
Absolutely. I feel like each one is formulated and designed specifically to go to work in all areas of the body from head to toe. But really, they're so unique and they do what they say they do. And that's what I love. To be honest, Risha, before being introduced to the Skincerity and also the other Partner Co products, I wasn't a product user. I wasn't a product person. So all I know is these products.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you've landed in the right home, that's for sure. Tennille, thank you so much. It's really, really wonderful to get to know you. And I hope to meet you in Vancouver very soon at our next Calgary Connect in the springtime.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Ricia.
Tennille. Everyone send Tennille some love. Wow. And look at the difference in her pictures there as well, too. Another great story of transition. What a testimonial too. Now we're going to move to Wynne Smith. Wynne is a friend of mine. She's came on board from Abbotsford, British Columbia. Keep up the picture here for a moment so you can see the difference in her transition. Really excited to share her story with you. Wynne, come on board and let's hear your story.
Hi.
Hi, Wynne.
I've been on the products a little over a year. My friend Pat Little in Mexico introduced them to me. She'd been seeing some posts and she said, "When we just got to try this." So I've always been focused on health, and I believe I've always enjoyed good health. But I always believe that you have to be part of that process as well. And so I loved the products. And so I started using them. And I lost 25 pounds quite short. Yeah. And for someone who's 5 foot, 25 pounds makes a huge difference.
Of course it does. Can you imagine just grabbing 25 pounds of flour and going up and down 7 staircases?
Oh, I just don't know. The biggest thing for me is keeping the weight off. Never before have I been able to do with that. I've always struggled, as the years progress with a little extra weight. But this time I was able to keep it off. I haven't always been perfect with my food choices, but the weight is still staying off. And what I'm finding is that my body is shifting. Yeah, so there's been changes there. Yeah, so it's just been good for me. But I've had a lot of stress, and we all get stress. So the big thing that's helped me stay calm is Elite.
Elite is a very good product.
Yeah. And lately, as you say, I've had the hours in my toes and my fingers, so I've been taking the MOA and feeling a difference. I don't take my health for granted anymore. And the one other thing I take religiously is BioPro.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another great product as well for your heart and for so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you've had a tough go in the last little bit, and I know the products that helped you keep you balanced. Yeah. And I just send you lots and lots of love, and so glad that these products are helping you in your life, Wynne.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Glad to be part of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Sending you love. That's another thing as well, too, is a lot of us are attracted to the drops because we want to have some weight loss. But if we have stress and that emotional anxiety, different things that are going around, Tennille had mentioned this as well about your gut being out of sync. Everything works in tandem. Everything works together. And the drops, the Elite, those have helped Wynne so much through her last bit of anxiety and difficulty. So these products work, guys. They really do. So let's make a decision. You've seen all the testimonials. You've heard live from myself, from Tennille, from Wynne. Set yourself up for victory. Theodore Roosevelt, one of my favorites. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. So how do you get the drops? You can become a customer and purchase retail. I don't think anybody on this call wants to pay a full price. And something is going to come along and say, wow, you're looking so good. What are you doing? And we're going to say, we started the drops program. Tell me more about it. So why not be open, ready for business, because you will share how good you feel with others. It's inevitable. For $29.95 one-time lifetime membership in the United States, $37.95 in Canada. You get everything you need, including all the training, the marketing tools, and you get your discounts by being a brand partner. So that's a great thing, is because you're open to wholesale. Now, I just want to be a little stern here for a minute, and we don't think about this when things are rolling well, but how would you manage? Are you ready? Should the day come, if you're reliant, that you need your digits, your fingers, your elbows, your wrist, your arm to make a living? And if something should happen, how would you manage? Lately, this last summer, we've had some terrific fires. Many people were evacuated. Many people lost their homes. How would you manage? What if your child, your grandchild, your elder parents were sick and needed you for 6 to 8 weeks? Could you do it? Could you leave your job? Could you be without that paycheck to be with your loved ones? What if the road closure came along, closed on your business or where you work? How would you manage? Or one thing that's becoming very real right now is AI. It's taken over a lot of jobs. Are you ready? How would you manage? Or if your loved one, the principal breadwinner, left all too soon, or even if you were to lose a child or someone that would put you into a situation of grief for 2, 3, 4 years, could you manage? Having a plan B is no longer a nicety, it's a necessity. When I was a kid, a plan B was dad putting us all in the station wagon and going to Disneyland, right? Well, now you have to look after the contingency plan. So I'm going to share with you the income earning part to this program. And it all depends on your individual passion and desire. And it's so simple to turn your drops into profits with our simple system. First of all, again, you're going to get 30% off in brand partner pricing, or in turn, you can also make a 30% retail profit. I'm going to give you some ideas on how to activate your account. In the United States, it's a 4-pack for $371. You can sell 3 on a very simple system of growth, make profits of $222, and earn yours for free. What a great formula. In Canada, our 4-pack is $500, profit $216, and keep your box free. It's that simple. You can turn social media into profit. There's an international market waiting for you. We have a very easy system, plug and play. Copy the testimonials of so many thousands, and when they ask questions, we have all the answers to copy and paste. Have a private conversation messengered. Before you know it, you're selling 20, 30 boxes. A perfect example of one of our posts is Rick and Crystal, who were on my call not too long ago. Together, they lost 210 pounds from February to November. Wow. When I posted that, people just started commenting like crazy that they wanted this product. So ideally is let's get you into the top pay position, the ultimate position, and help you promote 30 boxes over 30 days so you can earn $2,106 in Canadian profits, $2,700 in US profits, plus get your box for free. If you got to ultimate in your first 4 weeks, will you please put in the chat ultimate? And guess, I want you to have a look at the chat and notice how many people were successful in getting to ultimate in their first 4 weeks. So again, to activate your position with 200 points, so you're eligible to receive commissions. And again, to review, 4-pack in Canada is indeed able to activate your account, and a 4-pack in the United States can activate your account. I'm going to encourage you to include the Renew. It marries up so well with the drops and dropping in lowering cortisol levels, helping you sleep, and accelerating the weight loss. So that's going to also keep you qualified by making that purchase of 4-pack plus a Renew. In Canada, we have different products available. Wynne talked about the Elite. There it is in the bottom left. We have the Max 2.0, the Everglow, and you get a free advantage in this one. So whenever you order a pack in Canada, you always get a free product. It's super cool. And of course, the bundled pricing. And there's an ultimate pack in Canada, which is a really, really great choice. Get the monkey off your back, become ultimate, get to top pay position. Then you don't have to think about any time clock in the next 3-4 weeks. And you're able to sell the 30 boxes and look at profits of $2,143 plus get your box for free. In a brick and mortar business, starting up with as low as $3,570, including a website and all the training, a turnkey situation, and being able to profit in your first month of over $2,000, it's unheard of. In the United States, there's several packages available for you there as well. And again, they've bundled to make the best prices available to you. We have the Everglow as well as the collagen drink with the Max 2O and some drops as well. These are amazing packages, and these products are selling very, very quickly because people are noticing the differences very quickly. So in the United States, the bigger you buy, the bigger the profits, the lower the unit costs. You can buy the 10-pack and you can buy the 30-pack. And that's where I highly recommend, if your budget allows for it, to enjoy the ultimate option. And at that point, you're looking at profits of about $2,710. If you were to buy retail, that $2,300 would be about 3 times the price. So you get to ultimate right out of the gate, and now you have the time to enjoy it and to be able to sell it and learn the program, which is very simple. We are named the #1 most lucrative compensation plan in the industry. We are paid in several different ways. The minimum sales threshold, first of all, is to encourage you to sell or buy 100 points of product every 4 weeks. That keeps you qualified for the 30% discount and for the commissions. Again, in retail, you're going to make 30% from any of our products when you offer it retail to your customers. And I'd like to share with you the new volume bonus. In most businesses, you're going to receive some kind of commission based on the first order of what your new partner purchases. In our company, you're going to get paid a percentage based on where you're at in the first 4 weeks of all of Mary's purchases in this example. If you activated with the 4-pack, you'd be at 15%. If she bought 1,000 points, you'd be making $150. If you were the business level, you make 20%, but at the ultimate level, you'd at 30%, which is $300. You're doing the same transaction, but getting paid double. That's why everyone achieves ultimate so quickly. Once you achieve it, you're there for a lifetime. You earn top pay commissions for a lifetime with our company. And what it does is also opens up 5 lines, 5 legs of volume. It locks in double commissions, the 30% for life, and unlocks a matching bonus. And that is a very powerful part of our program. So again, an ultimate option in Canada is 3 times 10 packs is $35.70. There's a 30-pack for $2,300. That is your top pay, your best choice. Now, I want to share with you the base commissions. That's a very healthy part of our compensation program. You can earn 15% commission on all your lines combined except the largest one. So in the example that Mary, who lives in Chicago, purchased 1,000 points of product, you'll earn that new volume bonus. But as Mary goes out and starts to build a team, the system is waiting for you to build another leg. And along comes Henry, a Toronto Blue Jays fan, and Henry starts to talk to his friends in Toronto. Henry isn't as fast as Mary, so he has a volume this week of 2,000 from his activity and his friend's activity. You'll get paid 15% on the activity of all his friends that he brings in. And then you have Shirley, a partner in Vancouver. She has 3,000 points of volume in that week. You would get paid 15% on her. This is an amazing part of a compensation plan. People are getting paid base commissions in the equivalent of a full month's wage for a week. It's amazing. In addition, when your base commissions total over $250 in any given week, they put an extra 15% aside for you into what is called the savings bonus. As the little wheel in your back office climbs and climbs and climbs towards the 10,000, you're going to get paid 10,000 US dollars. So it rings in Canada about 14,000, and the United States 10,000. At PXP 2024, there was 10 families on stage celebrating their 10,000 bonus. This year, there were 28 families, including myself right there. So many families' lives are being changed with this company. And you know what? The most of us started it just because we wanted the drops. That's the crazy part of this. With my ambitions, I'm going to go on an African safari with my $10,000 check. Where will you go when at a Canadian, a $14,000 landfall comes into your bank, or an American 10,000? Put in the chat what you would do with your $10,000 bonus. The power of matching bonus, I've seen checks here that are equivalent to some people's mortgage payments. It amounts to a very, very healthy part of this program, a very substantial part of our compensation plan. And lastly, I want to share with you the lifestyle rewards. We get paid in credits for building the business. It just means that people sign up to be your customer, you get lifestyle credits. You climb up rank, you get lifestyle credits. You go to Ultimate, you get lifestyle credits. You cash in all these credits and you cash them in for great trips. In April 24, they went to Tahiti. Then in July, they went to the Bahamas. In April 25, we all went to the Punta Cana. There's the Canadian group right there. And most of those people had only been in the business for about 7 months. And then another group went in June to Bali. Our upcoming trip is to Maui, and you have time to accelerate your business to get to Maui and join us. We all can do it. I'd like to bring forward now Karen CAHILL POGUE. She's a retired nurse. She's a senior officer with our company. She has an amazing story. She's a mom. She's a grandmother. She's a lovely, lovely lady. And I want to share her story with you. Karen, are you there with me?
I sure am. Hi, Ricia. Hello, everyone. Nice
There
to,
you
nice
go.
to be on.
You've got Mykonos in your backdrop. Is that where you're going with your 10,000?
Well, it's tucked aside, so that might be. We're just trying to figure out where it's going to go.
Now, Karen, you're a nurse.
Yes.
And you're introduced to over 100 amazing wellness products. How did this all happen for you?
Well, I was at the time that I was introduced just to one product, and that was Sincerity. And I was just retiring I was a director of care at the time, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do moving forward. And I had not heard of network marketing, or I had no idea. I never even had. No one had ever approached me, but a friend had approached me with this bottle of Sincerity. All right, and so she said, this is what it is. And of course, my nursing brain, I had to deep dive, figure out what it was, and what was the smell that I was smelling when you put on, which was apparently it's medical grade acetone. It's safe. There's grapeseed oil in this and vitamin E and whatnot. But I started using this, and it's just like all of you tonight, and those that are guests. When you start using the drops or the other products, I kind of kept a little journal. And I'm not one to journal, but I knew what I was going to roll with this little bottle. And the same with when I started my drops. I wanted to remember how I was feeling, because when I started to see either improvement or started to feel better, I wanted to remember what that looked like, what I looked like. We can take the before and afters, but what was it? How was I feeling, and what was my skin? So anyhow, I started using the Sincerity at the time, Ricia, and that's literally what we had. And my kids were still living at home at the time, and they just said, "Mom, I just scraped my knee," and I would say, "Well, you know what? Just wash the water, put some water on it, make sure there's no gravel in there, but roll it." And so anything they asked, what about a bug bite? We'll roll it. And so I didn't know about the business at all, but I knew that this product was like pretty spectacular. And so a friend said to me, she said, "Well, if you continue using it, would you like to share it with your friends?" And I said, "Well, absolutely. If I found something, I'm going to share it all the time." And she said, "Would you like to get paid to share?" And I went, "Yeah, that would be nice too," because again, I retired as a director of care, and I was really quite burnt out of nursing. It was hard, and I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and I just didn't know what I wanted to do, but I wanted to replace my income. And so just as you did, Ricia, I made a goal that I was going to replace my nursing income. And that was a 2-year goal. And I said, if I can do this within 2 years of replacing it, because I didn't know if I could do more, but I thought if that would be, so I did reach it. It was like within, I don't know, it was a week shy, of 2 years. But
Congratulations.
thank you. But, I never looked back because our company, as you said earlier on, when Partner Co, we amalgamated the five companies. And so as time went on, I was so impressed with the quality of our products, like all our products, right? And, Elite, as you mentioned, several people talked about Elite tonight. Tennille was one of them. And that's one of my go-to products as well. And it's not just, it's for the cortisol for sure, but with the adaptogens in that Elite, it literally works where your body needs it,
Yeah.
and, I'm an old nurse, right? And I have an old nursing injury, an L5S1 issue. And I tell you, this speaks volumes is I drink one every day. Well, a little while ago, I guess it was a couple of years ago, they couldn't get one ingredient for Elite from the manufacturer and from the source, and they literally stopped production because they said they're not going to put something inferior, even if it was one of the ingredients of everything else, right? And so they put it on back order until they could get the best. And that's the standards that we have with with Partner Co. And so, I use a lot of our products. Obviously, my Tennille has been such a great inspiration to me because I was not using the drops when she started using the drops, and I could see what was going on. And she kept saying, Karen, are you ready? Oh, no, I'm not ready yet. Yes, are you ready? And I'm no, I'm not ready yet, but I got ready. And with her encouragement and definitely several other people, I was able to, and I got ready. And when the time was right, because I had been in to see a doctor, and he said, Karen, your blood pressure is kind of, moving up, and your cholesterol. And I went, no, it isn't. Like, I was like shocked, I'm the nurse
Sure.
that doesn't take anything, right? I'm just
Sure,
very,
right.
very natural, right?
Yeah.
And I had packed on weight, and everyone's in stress and whatnot. And I also had a new grandbaby, and I wasn't as easy to get up off the floor to chase that little guy. And just wasn't feeling good. I was tired. I had no energy. And so it was about 4 months that 30 pounds were released, and about 21 inches. And and but more importantly, I think it was the cravings that because I have that sweet tooth, the cravings are not there. And apparently my mood's better. Go figure. And brain fog is lessened for sure. And I find my combination, I love Restorix. I think that's our detox. I think that I think Tennille mentioned about the probiotic. Everything starts in the gut, but I also think that the Restorix is very, very important, that for people to start with the drops, because it's it just cleanses your system and everything works better. Right?
Exactly. That's it. Flush out the toxins so you can start doing the good, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Amazing. Now, you started with Skincerity, which is like an
Mm-hmm.
all-star winner. I've met several Skincerity ladies that have
Mm-hmm.
made well over 6 figures a year just in the
Mm-hmm.
one roll-on bottle, one product.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now that here we have so many amazing products, the drops, the Elite, the
Mm-hmm.
Renew, the Max 2O, the Everglow? How do you feel about all these products just being so outstanding?
Oh, well, I was one of those with the six-figure with Sincerity, and I thought I think anyone can do what they want and put their mind to it, really, right? With this company, with everything we have, and I can't even say which. I don't have a favorite for our
It's
our
hard,
product.
isn't it? They're all
It's
so good. It's
really
really hard.
it's really hard. Yeah, I have an arsenal of products. Noni is a non-negotiable. There's so many that are non-negotiables,
Yeah.
and so I for all of you, I think people need our help to keep getting to get healthy or to stay healthy, especially these days. And, it's almost like our duty to tell people. It really is. And so we're very, very fortunate to be in the company that we're in, to have the products that we have, and to be able to have the life-changing experiences that people are having, so let alone the money that you can make. That's one thing, absolutely. But it's more for me, as a retired RN, I went into nursing to help people. And, I thought I was helping people with sincerity for all the issues that they had. But my gosh, we can touch, I know a couple people say we can touch millions, and I do believe that.
Do you know, Karen, when I was in Winnipeg in June,
Mhm.
my sister had just come off chemo drugs, and the palms of her hands were actually, she was still on. She was about 2 weeks from coming her last
Mm,
treatment. The palms of her hands were red raw. She couldn't put it in water. The palms of her feet were red raw. She couldn't hardly walk. And we rolled her one night, and the
mhm,
next morning it was pink.
mhm,
We
mhm.
were both blown away at the immediate results from the roll on from one night.
Yeah, yeah. It's too bad, Ricia, you weren't aware about when you had the shingles, because the sincerity has worked wonders for people with that as well, right?
Good to
Like, there's
know.
about
Yeah.
50 different issues. And I see in the chat, someone asked, can you use it on your eyelid? The eyelids are inflamed with redness and itching. Um, I'd be very, very careful with that, particularly because the skin on your eyelid is very thin, right? Very, very, very thin. And it has been done. You're lying in bed and you can roll, but don't. I would be hesitant, because you don't want to get it in your eye, right?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
just
Yeah,
see
very
that.
good. I have rolled it on my eyes, but I'm careful too.
On your eyebrow, like up top, for sure.
Yes.
It's an instant eye lift.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's absolutely amazing product. And
Mhm,
you're doing so well. You're a senior officer, so you did your goal. You met your goal of replacing
mhm,
your nursing income.
mhm.
So what would you say to somebody who's kind of sitting on the fence and really not sure?
Oh my gosh. Well, I guess twofold, couple different answers to that, right? Um, I honestly feel that, again, I'm going to go back to it. People need our help. And, to share the way we can share these days with social media, right? And having the systems that we have in place has changed the trajectory of our company. And, you know, I guess when I first started, I talked to everyone. I talked to all my friends, whether they were interested or not, because I wanted them to know what I was doing. And I did not want them to regret not know what I was doing and then get upset with me as I move forward, and help more people. And I'd say that, it's really, really important that we get the word out. And so whatever that looks like to you, it doesn't have to be, going out to make the 6-figure income, or even the 5-figure in a month. That's nothing. That's irrelevant to what your personal thing is. But I think it is about sharing what we have,
Yeah,
because these stories are true, right? Our products work. They
yeah.
work.
Mhm. People's lives are changed. We're giving people back another chance at life in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
Erin, what a thrill to talk to you tonight. Thank you so much to
Thank
speak
you.
with you and speak with Tennille and Wynne. What a great evening, another amazing evening. We're going to wrap up now, folks, and just bring it all to a full circle here. Karen, I had to bring up the picture of you with your little belly there. And oh my God,
Mm.
you just look so amazing. Just
Wow.
love it.
Thank you. Yeah. And
So,
back to that
folks,
and say it.
yes. Folks, when you go to work tomorrow, when you go to that party on the weekend, everyone there that you meet is going to be experiencing, unless you're going to a 4-year-old's party, I'm telling you, everyone there is experiencing the same symptoms of hormonal imbalance as we've talked about today. We need to help people. There are natural, better ways, and we have it here. We have well over 100 products in 7 multi-billion-dollar industries. We touch them all. You're looking at a company that is long-standing, proven, with over 1 million bottles sold of the drops, over 172 million bottles sold of the noni. We are award-winning with so many awards, and the largest, most prosperous compensation plan on the planet in our industry. So now it's time to make a decision. So I'd like to see some cooperation and some participation. So let me ask you if you're a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. The 1 says, Ricia, I do want the drops. I'm prepared to buy retail. Do we have anyone that wants to spend the big bucks in the crowd with us tonight? Put a 1 in the chat. If you'd like to be a brand partner and purchase it as wholesale so you can save the money, put a 2 in the chat, because we do love our wholesale customers. What about getting on this health and wealth train and riding it with us? Are you a 3? Put a 3 in the chat. And what about the 4s that want to get on this health and wealth train and ride it big, all the way to destination prosperity? Do we have any 4s in the house with us tonight? You've heard my 1-year anniversary story. You've heard from Karen. When we interview you 1 year from now, what will your story be? Will it be your fantastic health transition, your weight loss, you're feeling better, all the people, the lives you've touched, the great trip you had in Maui? Or will it be you still are where you are today? And that's okay too, right? Indecision is a decision, but I'd love to have you on my call 1 year from now and hear your story. An ancient African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. But if you want to go fast and far, go with Partner Co, says Darren Zobrist, our founder. Come and live the dream with us. I'm telling you, we have such a great community of friends. There's so many of us as one big happy family. Many of us are experiencing financial stability like we've never seen before. And it can happen very, very quickly because these are the products that people need and they want. Enrolling is easy. It takes as little as 5 minutes. Next call is Thursday, November 6th at 5 p.m. We have another great lineup of fabulous testimonials. I want to say thank you one more time to Tennille Litzenberger, to Wynne Smith for being on our call, to beautiful Karen Pogue for being our special guest tonight, to all of the brand partners who came out to support the call. Thank you very much. And to Layla, my co-host, thank you so much, Layla, for managing this wild party and keeping them under control. And a special thanks to our guests, because this call was all about you. I encourage you to make a decision and let us help you. Let us hold you by the hand and get you started, because it's a pretty easy business as compared to anything else I've ever seen. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording. And if anyone wants to hang out and ask any questions, we'll be here to answer the questions for you.